Y'all probably say, where exactly are you going with this? I see you really trying to take it there. Old school flows chew you out, ain't fair. Jordan.
All right, YouTube, welcome back to your boy Neil the Zod One. But anyway, right now we got the homeboy. I'm saying his name. You know
What's up? So my name's Wilson Ramirez. I'm over here with Zod, man. And we doing it.
Yeah, it's crazy because a lot of people asked me for this interview in the comment when I interviewed JC from Wrong to Strong. That's another solid dude. You should ever talk to him. Yeah, from Chicago.
I was watching this video. And dude got a wild story.
He does. He's a good dude. You know what I mean? But let's just get into what basically this is gonna be. You know, his origin story, how he started before he even got into acting. Then we're gonna go into him acting. You know what I mean? Because there is a movie that you will be playing, or you already did it, right?
Yeah, we finally did the last scene this weekend. So we finally got the champagne. You know, they call it the martini shot. I said champagne, the martini shot. So we're done.
What?
I know.
The Cisco shot. So basically, just give everybody a general idea of who you are and like your origin. You know what I mean? Where you came from.
Well, my name's Wilson Ramirez, and my mom is from Mexico. My dad's from Uruguay. You know what I'm saying? People are like, where's Uruguay at? I'm like, Uruguay is in South America. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I got the white complexion. A lot of Germans.
Light skin.
Yeah, a lot of Germans moved down that way when World War II and Hitler and all that. They was AWOL, you know, and a lot of white fair skinned and blue eyed people, blonde hair and stuff. My sister's blonde hair, blue eyed. But so my mom and dad met in Mexico. In the Olympics, I think it was '67. My dad went to New Jersey. My mom went after. I was born and raised in New Jersey for about 15 years of my life. You know, and hung out with a lot of blacks. Break dancing. I was in the group called Lady Lovers.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then we used to get it. We didn't like the Puerto Rican gang, you know, or breakdance crew was always in kind of beef and bad boys, you know. So the separation was there from the beginning, man. And I dealt with racism when we played baseball. You know, we'd go to the white cities, and they didn't like the mixed teams. You know, they didn't like the black and the Mexicans, and you know, mostly Puerto Ricans. I was like the only. It seemed like I was the only Mexican there. I know there was some more, but now there's a lot down in New Jersey. But so then I moved from there, and my mom and dad, they had big dreams. They sold the house and went to Texas, and then we went all the way down to McAllen, Texas. So shout out to McAllen. So I've always been like a transplant baby, whatever.
Yeah.
I never was able to grow with my same people. I lacked. I needed a connection.
Yeah.
And I felt like it was always fighting and trying to meet people, and people didn't really care for you, and it was those kind of things, man. So Texas was cool. Like I said, I was an athlete for a lot of my years, and we stayed out there for about 2 years or so, and then we moved to Pennsylvania. My dad lost his job in Texas, and moved to Pennsylvania, graduated in Phoenixville, and that's where, I don't know, you know Mike Piazza?
Yeah.
Mike Piazza, we played baseball. I didn't play with him. He left the year we got there. But he was on that team, Phoenixville Phantoms. So I was a Phantom, and got to play on some championship teams. Me and my brother got drafted by the Indians. So he decided to go to Seton Hall to play ball, but and then next thing you know, man, I don't know, I think it was in 80, when did Colors come out? 86, 88?
88, I think.
You sure?
87, 88.
Something like that, man. I got whipped for that.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I was like, that's heavy, man. But I was like, I'll never be in LA anyway, so it didn't matter to me. So then next thing you know, I was working with my dad at the glass company. My dad was a journeyman operator for the glass company. He wasn't doing that, and he was trying to fulfill his dreams as a truck driver. And that's when he went to Texas. So when that fell, he had to think fast. He went back to what he knew. The general manager that was at Phoenixville scooped him up, and then that general manager went to Almani. That plant closed. He scooped my dad up there, so my dad instantly had a job. Just the separation of us not being with him 9-10 months was like about 2 years without him. You know what I'm saying? So we moved out there. We moved out to LA, man. It just was like, man.
How was that transition?
It just was school was in session, man. It just was like, you know, it was, LA was vibrant. LA was big city where I was used to a lot of smaller type suburb cities. And like I said, I never really got in too much trouble. I mean, it was mostly fist fights or, you know, normal stuff, school stuff. But not like in LA where gang membership was plethora, what's the word? Just was plentiful.
Yeah.
It's what it was. It was all about that. You know, you had 3 or 4 going to one high school or stuff like that. And I got, you know, or when you went to work, people were from somewhere or something like that. And I didn't understand none of it really at first. Mm-hmm. But then I met some friends, and then we, you know, met up and started hanging out and went to Ramona Gardens and, you know, started hanging out over there. First in the outskirts of it, and then started going in, you know. But they was in the outskirts too, but then it was like, hey, come on in.
Yeah.
It was kind of like the beginning of the end and stuff, you know. But yeah, man, so pretty much.
So how long after that? Because I know that I really didn't get your backstory too much as far as like if you ever been busted and things like that.
I've gotten in some trouble here and there over the years. Gratefully, I haven't got busted. I did like maybe a day.
That's a win.
And you know, a lot of people say people who get busted are the dumb ones, you know. And no offense to nobody, but I'm kind of glad that I either had a lot of luck or I was a lot smart. I'll take either one, because when I was in county, bruh, every single time the people were out of the tank, I was like, get me out of here, man. Get me out of here. And as soon as people come by, I mean, I'm real. I don't care. You know, I ain't tripping. I ain't no tough guy. You know what I'm saying? I'll do what I have to do. But man, you know what I'm saying, people coming in, I'll lock it up. You know, I'll be like, okay, I gotta lock it up, whatever that means.
Hey, and what he means by lock it up is just get it tight.
Get it tight.
You know what I'm
saying?
saying?
Get it right, get it
Be
tight.
on point. It's like
because people try.
Yeah, it's like you know, you have how should I say? Because I know people tend to take stuff out of context. So basically, what he means is when it came time, he fell in line. Not lock it up. No, lock it up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, and I knew exactly what I had to do. It was what's the word? It was human nature. You knew you was in this. Even when I was in Nevada, it was you. The homeboys moved a certain way, and if you had nothing good, nothing to say, I was the quiet one, dog. Mm-hmm. I did listen, saw a lot, did a lot, and I kept my mouth shut. You know, and it's like, and that's it.
That's why you stayed out of jail. I wish I would have followed that same.
But you know what? You're out now, and you following it now, so it don't matter. At least you got a second chance. I feel I got homeboys that are stuck in the drug addiction, and they're out there and they're homeless, and they're living a life that, man, I just wish they would open their eyes, but that's what they want to do. And I got other homeboys that are smart, can be CEOs of companies or run their own company, but yet they still want to do the stuff that it's not working for them. Everybody sees them as someone, as status, but it's like, bro, if you just change that energy to something else, man, super time. I look up, but you know, they'll be like, shut up, nice, you know, like, yeah, nice, shut up. We know what he's talking about, like, all right, whatever, you know.
So, like, what I want to get into is, when did you know that you wanted to become an actor, and how did you become an actor? Like, you know what I mean?
Well, when I came in here, I was always rapping. So when I came over here,
spit a quick 4 bars.
You put me on the spot, man. Hot cop spot, right? Nah, but like when I got over here, I had aspirations of becoming, rapper, you know, and it was just like, you know, I drove all the way to Burbank with my mom to drop off it was 9 at night. I dropped off a tape to the maintenance worker, tell him to give this to Ruthless to eat. I swore up and down he was gonna do it too, and you know, I never got a call back, bastard. But you know what I'm saying?
That tape's in this shit.
Yeah, right. Or I had homeboy be like, yeah, I know, homeboy, whoop whoop. I said, hey, we'll give him my tape, and the next thing you know, we kicking it at the spot, and he opened the glove, and my tape's still in his glove. I'm like, I didn't see that.
That's tough.
But that's life, man. That's life. That's what happens. You know, I got a million of those stories, man. You know, it's like, can you do, man? It's like, but that never stopped me, you know. But what started stopping me was my drug addiction. And as I got deeper in my drug addiction, because that's what it was in the hood. It was partying, it was fun, it was cool, it was dope. And then the big homies came and you had to lock it up.
Yeah.
And it got real quick, real fast, it was deadly, bro.
Militant.
Right. It was intense. And so this is right after American Me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo, you know, I'm like, man. So me and my homie, we still used to do our thing and we get loaded, you know. And then it just started getting too bad, you know. And I already dropped like an album or two. It didn't really do nothing, you know. And I didn't know what I was doing. I would let the manager or whatever handle it, or you know, whoever was managing it, because I didn't know how to do it. Plus, I didn't care to do it, and I think that's a bad thing, because you want to be able to manage your career. You know what I'm saying? And if you're like, oh, I'm just a rapper, like, all right, well, if you're not really popping as a rapper, which I'm not saying I wasn't popping, but if you're not like, if people are willing to say, yo, Zah, man, I'll do whatever it takes to get you out there. They feel it. But every time those kind of things happen, it would fall through, because I wasn't really entertaining it. There wasn't understanding the full aspect of it. So after, you know, my wife's been with me for years, and she's thankful I stopped the music, and I got clean. And then about a year later, I was like, man, I'm bored, you know, like I still want to do something. I can't have writer's block. I was like, I can't write about nothing. My mom was like, just write about the streets, dog, you know. I'm like, but I don't even feel like I should be writing about it, because I don't do it no more, so why should I write it? I don't know, I felt weird. Other people probably no problem with it, and that's cool. But then I just said, let me dive into something else. And I think at that time I was talking to, Emilio was intriguing to me, Emilio Rivera. For some reason his face, man, it was intriguing. He had those kind of people, like actors, you know, they have those kind of looks, and that's why those kind of guys get involved in the acting, or people say you should be an actor, man, you got that look, so your bone structure, I don't know, stuff like that. So something was interesting about him, man, and I forget what it was. I just hit him on direct message. I said, man, you know, I want to be an actor, what do I do? And he was like, you know, you want to be an actor? Well, then, you know, follow these steps. And then get at me when you follow those steps. And I would get at them, you know, when I was ready. And then my homeboys from Technique Car Club in Baldwin Park, they was on Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
So I just asked them, man, closed mouth don't get fed. I said, yeah, man, get me on, man, you know. And he's like, oh, yeah, come on. And his homeboy was, at the time, my homeboy at the time, I think he's still with her, but she was casting the background.
Yeah.
And so she was like, yeah. So I got on. I did I think it was like the first day I was there, I did like a 15-hour day. Man, I made so much money, man. I made like, you know, it was only like 150, no, I'm lying, maybe $100 a day. But then with that overtime, like after the golden hour, it was like $50 an hour. And I was like, keep going. Because they were setting up this shooting scene. And this shooting scene was like a big warehouse shooting scene. Every time they shot it off, they had to redo everything again. And they had to redo. And it took hours. We were just kicking and holding, just chilling. Everybody was packing their bags with goodies and stuff. Bro, the homeboys from Sangha had stuff snitching out. Homeboys from I forgot the gang's name. They had Del Vato had snacks in his bag from the crafties, bro. He had so much stuff. Yeah, bro. But I guess he still felt he was inside or something. I don't know. But that brother had canteen for days, bro. And it's like, it was exciting, man. It was exciting, man. It was just like cool. And I just said, I want to do more. What do I do? So I started taking acting classes, and then I was in Ontario doing that, and I went to LA to do it. And I started seeing all the other guys I was kind of interested in, like Richard and Sonny and all these guys, man. I was like, well, I don't want to be like those guys that say they're actors. I want to be like those guys that are actors, you know? And I just challenged myself, as fearful as I was, because I'm dealing. I work through that with my spiritual, with my higher power, my father. But that fear was the reason why I dove into drugs, why I dove into gangs, why I dove into a lot of women being promiscuous, womanizing chicks and stuff like that, man. And it's just like I feel like I'm finally breaking out of that. Because as much as I indulged in it, I was like, man, what am I doing, Like the other side of me. I was always in there pecking away, like, well, what are you doing? And I was just like, I'm doing me, bro. But at the same time, like, you're going to feel that tonight. You're going to feel that tomorrow, And that last hit, I was like, or with that girl, like, why? You know what I'm saying? Because you're thinking with the wrong
appendage.
Yeah. Nice. That was a good one. So then I got into acting. That's when I started doing that stuff, man. It started snowballing ever since. And I think it would have, man, I kid you not, I think if I would have been more focused on the Lord, because I was a disciple in 2000, became a disciple of Christ. But I was so lukewarm, bro. You want to talk about a hypocrite? Oh, bro, I was terrible. I would do one thing, say another, and I was on the fence, man. And I could see God and them looking at me like,
I've been there.
You're the worst, You're not here, you're not there, you're there. Oh man, I hate you right now. I could just, and it was like, and you carrying that burden, and you carrying, and you condemning yourself already, and then that unworthiness and all that, and this. So I've been fine lining myself to stay in the righteous path, and I think as the older I got, I'll tell you a story. My pastor, he's talking to my son, right? My son has autism, but he's a boxer. Mm-hmm. And I know he can't box because of his autism, but he's very good. But I worry because, they're going to have to do a medical check one day and he might say something. So I don't know how to tell him. But he said he was talking, pastor was talking to Muhammad Ali. He goes, I knew Muhammad Ali. The pastor's been around. I said, nah. My son was like, what? Because he loves. So he was like, yeah, I used to talk to Muhammad Ali. I went to meet him. He used to go out, and I knew Muhammad Ali. He was vibrant. He would do this thing with his feet. He was walking on the floor. He goes, look, I'm magic. Look at me. Nobody can touch me. And then he also knew Muhammad. He was already sick. Yeah. And so he told Muhammad, he goes, man, how do you feel? Like what happened, man? He was just concerned. He understood what was going on, the process, but he was just like, he was feeling for him. And Muhammad said, he goes, you know what, man? I thank God for this, because maybe now I'll get into heaven. Bro, that was cold. I just started thinking about when he was young and what he was thinking, like, I ain't gonna go to heaven, I'm too full of myself. Like Muhammad, he was already thinking about that. But that energetic, that you couldn't stop him was in front, and it was in front. So, yeah, he might have thought it, but he had no time. He was, he was shooking and jiving Muhammad Ali, man. And once that set in, and he's, he can't do nothing no more, and he's like, I thank God, because now maybe I'll get into heaven, because he's quiet now. And I thought about it, and it was profound to me, because at my age, I can't go out there and do what I think I could do. I get snuffed out. You got to be smart. Not saying I'm a coward, nothing, but at the same time, like, I ain't trying to put him up with nobody, I don't care what people think of me. But before, it was like, oh no, he talked to me wrong. Oh no, he said that wrong. Oh no, but we think I was losing so many jobs. You too?
Yeah, I not to cut off your story, but I remember a situation. I was like in Fontana, and I ended up getting into it with the supervisor. Like, I really wanted to knock him out because I still had that mentality, like. Especially, see, it took me a while to see past the fact that just because they're a homie don't mean they're a homie. And this dude was a homie, and I felt like as you should give me my respect, and he thought he wasn't, and I had to call him out. And then, like, to get back to your story, but every people start coming down from the company just to observe us, and then we got to talking to, and you know, whatever. And yeah, so I've been down that road.
Yeah.
So.
And there's nothing worse when you fall short of the grace of God. When you fall short, and you gotta look in your wife's eyes, and again, you made that same mistake, and you look at your kids' eyes, and now they're older, and you're like, "What happened, Dad?" You're like, "Ah, man," you know. And just recently, man, you know, I fell back in my addiction. You know, I'm back on the horse. I'm doing what I gotta do, but that was hard too, man. Like, I gave in. I felt like, I don't know what I was feeling, bro. I just felt like I was tired. You know, I wasn't doing. I thought I knew too much. You know, and the fear that I was getting these offers, or not offers. I was getting these auditions and having to perform, and I got scared. I was like, what if I can't do it? What if I fall short when I'm there? Oh no, I gotta go get, you know. And one thing led to another. I knew some people, and I didn't mind, sick mind. I started just, oh man, I just finesse him, you know. And I finessed, you know. I started finessing, and I slipped back in, you know. And you know how it is. It's hard. Any type of anger, any type of sin, it's hard. It's hard for you to get out of. You know what I'm saying? Because it locks you in. You know, it's like a monkey on your back. You know what I'm saying? For lack of a better understanding of it. But yeah, man. So you know, I'm grateful that I'm here. I'm working hard. I'm in my Bible. I'm not a Bible thumper. You know, everybody teaches on. Don't judge nobody, because I ain't perfect either. You know what I'm saying? It's because I'm reading my Bible don't mean I'm going to go to heaven. It just means that I'm working towards that. And I'm hoping that God gives me mercy, you know. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? I mean, dogs, I'm living a good life. We're going through a lot. We're in between houses, I told you, without getting too in depth with it. But it's like, man, I'm grateful, man. Instead of like, you know, cussing God out, man, why me? Why not you? You know, that's real.
Job went through it. Ultimate test.
Job went through it. They were like, why don't you cuss God already, man? You still with that rah. Why don't you cuss him? He was like,
nah, Job.
Nah. You know, and then you want to get deeper. He not was so dope. They were like, come on.
Yeah.
They're like, where you not got? I don't know. We went for a walk in the woods.
That's the book of Enoch.
And I've dealt with everything. I've dealt with, you know, people think I sound black, or people I'm act too black. You know what I'm saying? Or why you were black, or you know what I'm saying? Or it's like
you're always gonna get
that. The haters.
Yeah, it is. It's funny, man. It's funny because you know I got homeboys that don't like other races, but they bumping.
That's the thing right there that gets me all the time.
But it's like a dad telling the son, "You can't play that video game today." And as soon as you walk out, you play it. You know, or you got the same problem he does, except you have authority over him, so you gonna do it. And I think it's an authoritative thing. Like, you all can do it, but we can.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just like, and that's when it gets the politics and talking about a bigger scale. That's why I understand people nowadays. When before it was like you have to follow. When now it's like. But like you said, when you're caught up, you gotta follow. That's the thing. When you jump in, you're in, and you better follow, because now it's repercussions.
Yeah.
And it's tough. And I saw that window. I told myself I could do all day. It was one small window. I told myself I could do all day. I'll do all day, and then it closed real quick. Yeah. And I said,
I hop on the beat and you know I'ma kill it. My nigga lose schools, you know that they drilling. I run on my money.
Kneel before Zod!